Okay, let's talk about one of the most just infuriating household problems out there, the kitchen sink that's always clogging. You know the drill. It starts backing up, it gets smelly, and it seems to pick the absolute worst time to happen, right? But have you ever stopped to wonder why that one drain is such a problem? I mean, you've got other drains in your house, right? Bathroom sink, shower, but the kitchen sink? It's just in a league of its own when it comes to clogs. So what's the deal? Well, that's exactly what we're going to get into today. See, the root of the issue isn't really just one single thing. It's the whole environment. Your kitchen, well, it's basically the source of what you could call a perfect storm for creating clogs. So it's not just one thing causing that blockage. It's this unique combination of stuff. Every single day, your kitchen drain is just getting hammered with a barrage of food waste, grease, and a really high volume of water. All of that working together creates the perfect opportunity for things to, build up over time. So, if we're going to think of this like a crime story, who are the actual villains here? Let's meet the gang of co-conspirators that are blocking up your pipes. All right, first up, we have the ringleader, public enemy number one, grease. And this isn't just bacon grease. We're talking cooking oils, the fat you drain from pans, all that greasy residue you rinse off your plates. It is the absolute mastermind of this whole clog-forming operation. So here's its evil plan. That grease, it might look like a harmless liquid when you pour it down the drain, right? But as it travels down into the cooler parts of your plumbing, it solidifies. It turns into this sticky, waxy gunk that coats the inside of your pipes. It basically becomes flypaper for everything else you send down there. Okay, so grease is the ringleader, but it can't build a massive clog all by itself. No. Every criminal mastermind needs some muscle. And that's where our second culprit comes in, all those tiny little food particles. Now here's the key. We're talking about things like coffee grounds, little bits of rice, tiny pieces of vegetables. On their own, they seem totally harmless, right? But once they wash down and hit that sticky grease lining the pipes, boom, they get trapped. They start adding bulk, and they slowly turn that sticky coating into a solid, nasty mass. Now, our next culprit is a real sneaky one. You probably don't even think about it because you can't really see it. Meet the silent accomplice in this whole operation, starches. Yeah, think about it. You know that cloudy water you pour out after boiling pasta? Or the little bit of leftover soup or sauce you rinse out of a bowl? All of that stuff leaves behind this invisible, sticky film on the pipes. It's basically another layer of glue that makes it even easier for other junk to grab on and build up. And finally, every criminal gang has an enabler, right? The one who helps make it all possible. And this one is probably going to surprise you. It's soap scum. Yep, you heard that right. The very stuff you use to get your dishes clean is actually part of the problem. Some detergents can leave a film on the inside of your pipes. And this coating, it makes the pipe's surface less slick, so water doesn't wash things away as well. And it gives our ringleader, grease, an even better surface to grab onto. So, okay, now that we've met the whole gang of culprits, let's talk about how we, yes, we, might be accidentally rolling out the welcome mat for them with some of our everyday habits. And this one, oh, this is a classic myth. We all do it, right? We run super hot water down the drain thinking we're melting that grease and washing it away for good. But we're not. What's actually happening is we're just liquefying the grease long enough to push it a little further down the pipe. And then it cools, it hardens again, and the clog just starts forming in a new spot, deeper and harder to reach. And let's be honest, do any of these daily habits sound a little familiar? Rinsing out a greasy pan without scraping it first? Letting those coffee grounds just swirl down the drain? Or treating the garbage disposal like it's some kind of magical vortex that can handle anything? Every single one of these little actions is like sending another brick down the pipe to help build that clog. Okay, enough doom and gloom about the problem. Let's talk about the solution. Because the good news is, stopping these clogs is actually way simpler than you think. It really just comes down to tweaking a few habits. So here it is, your simple, heroic playbook for prevention. So let's break it down. Step 1, and this is the big one, scrape first. Scrape everything, food scraps, oils, grease, into the trash or compost bin before you wash. Plates, pans, you name it, get that stuff off before the dish even sees water. Step 2, contain that grease. Let cooking fats cool down, pour them into a can or a jar, seal it up, and toss it in the trash. Never, ever down the drain. And finally, step 3 is to flush smart.
Run hot water down your drain every now and then. Now remember, this isn't to blast a big clog away, it's just to help prevent that initial minor buildup of soap and starch from ever getting a foothold.
And really, this quote just says it all, doesn't it? The whole strategy just boils down to this one core idea. Stop solids from getting into the pipe in the first place, and stop grease from building up on the walls. It's not about finding a magic chemical to pour down the drain to fix it. It's all about what you stop from going down there to begin with. So really, it all comes down to this. You have all the power to break this cycle. That slow draining, gurgling, frustrating sink, that does not have to be your reality. Your drain's future is literally in your hands. So the only question left is, are you ready to stop feeding the clog?